Hey, good evening, everyone. On behalf of Operation Rock, I am Clayton back with another educational tidbit that may empower or inspire someone or guide you through a difficult time in your life or through a difficult situation in regard to domestic violence. Today's topic will be cyberbullying and coercion. Two things that are very important and two things that are on the rise in domestic violence, as domestic violence is not always about physical abuse. Today, I'm actually going to make this for educational purposes, but I am going to use myself and my situation as examples to back up the documentation I show. The best way to explain anything to people that they understand is in a way that you can relate to it, and hopefully they can relate to it. Many of you out there who watch these broadcasts are minorities. I happen to be a minority if everyone can't tell, so I'm hoping that relating my experience in the most professional and educated way possible will enlighten some of the people who watch this video. That maybe you may let your kids watch it, or someone in your family who may be in danger of being cyberbullied, considering this is something that usually happens with kids. Unfortunately, I do happen to be an adult, and I have been recently cyberbullied horribly. So it does happen to adults, but it's not to boast to, because two adults should be able to deal with the problem. But unfortunately, many times in life, that's not the case. Cyberbullying is common amongst children, and maybe the advice I give today may guide a young person through those cyberbullying activities so they know what to do to protect themselves in the best fashion that they can without resorting to violence. So today, people, we're going to start with the topic of cyberbullying. Let's go. Now, cyberbullying is using the internet or mobile technology to harass, intimidate, or cause harm. That is the definition of cyberbullying. Penal law of New York State, this applies to New York, but if you would like to look at your own state, simply go to Google, and Google will allow you to actually, Google, I have to make sure, I'm still learning how to use this feature, people. So Google will allow you to look up the coercion laws in your state. Now, what is coercion, ladies and gentlemen, so I can explain it to you? Coercion, a person is guilty of coercion in the second degree when he or she compels or induces a person to engage in conduct which the latter has a legal right to abstain from. That means which the person has a legal right to refuse. Excuse me, I might need chapstick. My lips look a little dry. The legal right to abstain from. That basically means that you are forcing someone to do something they have the legal right to say, I don't want to do. And upon doing that, that's a crime if you try to make someone do something they don't want to do for something that's actually already theirs. It could be with a criminal organization. It could be minute or it can be complex. But the whole point of coercion is to try to force someone to do something they legally have the right to refuse. That is coercion. Now let's move on to the next thing. Harassment in the first degree, because harassment all encompasses bullying, people. A person is guilty of harassment in the first degree. Um, when he or she intentionally and repeatedly harasses another person by following such person in or about a public place or places, and by engaging in a course of conduct or by repeatedly committing acts which places such a person in reasonable fear of physical danger. So basically, to be guilty of harassment in the first degree, you got to be next level crazy, like following somebody around, trying to cause physical acts of harm to them. That's harassment in the first degree. Let's move on to harassment in the second degree. A person is guilty of harassment in the second degree with intent to harass, annoy, or alarm another person. He or she strikes, shoves, kicks, or otherwise subjects such other person to physical conduct or attempts or threatens to do the same. So if you basically threaten to hit somebody, shove, kick them, or use objects, or if you actually do it, you could be guilty of harassment in the second degree. You're guilty of harassment in the second degree if you follow a person in and about in a public place. So if you're out following someone, trying to track them, maybe if you're out trying to figure out where that boyfriend or that girlfriend is going when you're not around, you could be guilty of harassment in the second degree because you're following them in public with the intent to annoy them. He or she engages in a course of conduct or repeatedly commits acts which alarm or seriously annoy such person and would serve no legitimate purpose. So that is harassment in the second degree, and that would kind of encompass what I'm talking about, which is cyberbullying. Because basically, if you engage in a course of conduct and it repeatedly commits the same acts which annoy or seriously alarm someone, and it serves no legitimate purpose. It has to serve a legitimate person, people, if you're doing these things and repeatedly doing this conduct. If it doesn't serve a legitimate purpose, then you could be guilty of harassment in the second degree. And I want to be clear about that. Now, there's some other factors. There's about 9 factors that go along with harassment in the second degree. The first factor that goes along with the harassment in the second degree is if you cause physical injury to a person. The second factor that goes into play with harassment in the second degree is if you cause damage to property. The third is if you engage in other conduct constituting a crime. The fourth is to accuse someone of a crime or cause criminal charges to be instituted against them, to expose a secret or publicize and assert a fact which is true or false, whether true or false. So if you expose a secret to hurt someone, then basically you could be guilty of harassment, tending to subject the person to hatred, contempt, or ridicule. That would fall back in line with the previous slideshow. If you if you have no legitimate purpose. So here, with to accuse someone of a crime, basically, yeah, here to accuse someone of a crime or criminal charge against her, to expose a secret or publicize or assert a fact, whether true or false, tended to subject someone to hatred, contempt, or ridicule. So that means that you would be doing something that does not have a legitimate purpose, and you would be guilty of harassment in reference to the last slide. To cause a strike, boycott, or collective labor group action injurious to some person's business. Like, okay, so if I was able to rally everyone to quit working for an organization or working for a business, that could also constitute as harassment in the second degree. To testify or provide false information or withhold testimony in respect to another person's legal claim, people, that's harassment in the second degree also. To use or abuse a person's position as a public servant by performing some act within or related to his or her official duties, or by failing to or refusing to perform an official duty in such a manner as to affect some person adversely. Could be harassment. That's basically a public figure or someone who's in place to help you refusing to help you for a biased reason. That could be harassment in the second degree. To perform any act which would not in itself materially benefit the act, but which is calculated to harm another person materially with respect to his or her health, safety, business, calling, career, financial condition, reputation, or personal relationships, is all harassment. So, people, so far we have described what cyberbullying is. So far we have described what coercion is. We've discussed harassment in the first degree. We've discussed harassment in the second degree. We've discussed 9 criteria that are conditions of harassment in the second degree. We have broken them down and discussed them all. Next, we're going to move on to intimidation as defined by law enforcement. Intimidation, as defined by law enforcement, is an act or a course of conduct directed at a specific person to cause that person to fear or apprehend fear. Usually, an individual intimidates others by deterring or coercing them to take an action they do not want to do. That is considered intimidation. So, intimidation and coercion fall hand in hand, as you can see. Bullying, with regard to law enforcement, bullying shall mean the creation of a hostile environment by conduct that threatens or intimidates or abuses a person. Basically, everyone knows what bullying actually is. So, I don't think I need to go into depth with that. Finally, but not forgotten, we're going to talk about some of the laws of the states of the United States that have bullying statutes. One of which happens to be right here in our own backyard, New Jersey. New Jersey actually happens to have the strongest bullying statutes in the country. Who would have guessed that, people, that New Jersey is such a pioneer and I guess fashioning the protection of children who are now going through what is known as cyberbullying online, with people bullying and abusing them online. So New Jersey has enacted some laws that help people when it comes to cyberbullying. And one of them is called David's Law, which requires school districts to include cyberbullying in their district bullying policies and notify a child's parent if he or she is a victim of or an alleged aggressor. And mainly that was because kids go to school, they're bullies, they were hurting kids, and some kids who were bullied couldn't take the pressure of being bullied and unfortunately started committing suicide. This was the reference to David's Law, which was created so that schools will notify parents if something like this happens, if the child is the aggressor or the victim, which I think is an excellent law that should be applied to New York State. The next law that was put into a place in New Jersey is New Jersey has what's called an Anti-Bullying Bill of Acts Right, which is the ABR. It's commonly referred to as the Harassment, Intimidation, and Bullying Law. The purpose of the law is to strengthen the standard by which school districts prevent, report, investigate, and respond to incidents of bullying. So New Jersey is kind of a pioneer in what has been known as the new age of bullying, which our children face through the internet, through social media, etc. New Jersey actually happens to be a huge pioneer when it comes to bullying in New York and throughout the country. It's actually leading in bullying and the creation of bullying statutes. Next, people, I think we're going to go and we're going to speak of the story of coercion. Let's start there. Let's start with coercion. Okay, people. So, coercion. We're going to go back to coercion. And I got that. So, let's start. Uh, so, boom. Coercion. Coercion in the second degree. A person is guilty of coercion in the second degree when he or she compels or induces a person to engage in conduct which the latter has a legal right to abstain from engaging in. Basically, again, that means that you try to force someone to do something they have the legal right to tell you hell no. I'm going to use my own situation as an example of that to explain to some young men and women out there who may want to know what that means. The next text that you'll see that's coming up on the screen is a text message from a woman I dated a long time ago. Basically, me and this woman were in an unfortunately horrible domestic breakup, and it got really bad. It got to the point where it got petty. She and I just became like bitter enemies, which is unfortunate because at one time we were really good friends. However, at this point in the relationship, I knew it was over. She knew it was over. There were things that neither of us wanted to back down from. So the only thing I kind of wanted to do was go, ladies and gentlemen. So right here, you see I reach out to this woman because she had robbed me and stole some stuff from me that I really wanted back. So I actually reached out to her in peace and says, hey, this has gotten bad. Can we please amicably handle the dog, which was my property, and just go our separate ways? What she does is try to compel me into signing over a business. Now, before I go any further, I am actually going to show my audience that business because I think that's important. I think we should keep everything on the fair and everything should be seen. So, audience, here is the business I speak of. Here is the business I speak of. So now what she did was try to use that animal to make me sign over shares of this business that she and I owned. Now, I didn't personally agree with that. I thought that was wrong because I had spent thousands of dollars to create it and invested some considerable time because at the time I actually thought it was a good thing. But we learn in life, people, to put more trust in people other than what they tell us. Time is the best indicator of the character of people, not their looks, people. So in any way, by doing this and by trying to force the surrender of the dog, which was unfortunate, this woman committed coercion against me. Now, in terms of the penal law that I've just shown you, again, let's go back. Again, coercion is when you compel or induce a person to engage in conduct that the latter has the legal right to abstain from. So by trying to force someone to surrender something that's not theirs, and especially using something you stole from them, you are in effect coercing them to do something that they don't want to do. And by sheer definition, it's a crime. Now, how is coercion punished? Coercion has several statutes by which it's punished, but I think the most severe thing that happens to you with coercion, I don't think it's that severe, people and gentlemen, but that doesn't minimize the importance of not doing it. Uh, all right, conversion. Let's put punishment. Okay. Da, da, da. Is coercion punishable? Oh yeah, coercion's pretty punishable, people. I'm wrong. Excuse me. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Oh my God, why was it going so slow today? What's going on? This is not cool. Hmm. Okay, people, for some reason this is going incredibly slow, so we're going to go past this. But coercion is a jailable offense. We'll just leave it at that because for some reason it just won't pull up today. Maybe it doesn't want to show us the definition. I don't know. So now we'll go back from coercion to we'll go to the overall topic of what this live cast is about, excuse me, and that is actually cyberbullying, ladies and gentlemen. Now, cyberbullying is the use of the internet or mobile technology to harass, intimidate, or cause harm to another person. That is the legal definition of cyberbullying. Using the internet to create a false narrative about someone with the intent to hurt them or minimize something that they may be experiencing to cause negativity in their lives is most certainly cyberbullying. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been accused of cyberbullying in relation. There I go, I'm back. I've been accused of cyberbullying in relation to these videos I began making to advocate against my domestic violence situation, which thank God now it finally seems is just about over. But I was accused of cyberbullying for posting the truth about the situation that was going up and happening in my life. And by definition, if we would like to look again, I'll do another screen share. It's not actually a crime to post the truth. And we asked ChatGPT for that answer, people, because ChatGPT is like the modern new oracle of everything. So, in New York state law, the laws around defamation, which includes making false statements that harm someone's reputation, can be quite complex. If the information you are posting is true and serves to prove that someone made false accusations against you, it might not necessarily be a crime. However, there are nuisances to this to consider. New York, like many states, has defamation laws that aim to protect individuals from false statements that harm their reputation. Truth is generally a defense against the defamation claim. If what you are posting is verifiably true and can prove that someone made a false accusation against you, it might not be considered defamation. However, there are caveats. While truth is a defense against defamation, the manner in which the information is shared and the context in which it is shared is presented. Oh, excuse me, I'm stumbling like I can't read. While truth is a defense against defamation, the manner in which the information is shared and the context in which it's presented can also be factors in legal cases. Posting personal or private information, using the information to harass, intimidate, or sharing it in a way that could be construed as malicious might lead to legal issues, even if the information is true. So, people, if you are doing something to be malicious or to hurt someone by posting information, even if it's true, then yes, it could be considered a crime and could be considered, cyberbullying. Now, the key here is the caveat that we have to discuss is what is considered malicious. What is considered doing something that is malicious against someone to the point that you posting true material about them could hurt them? I don't think there should be any judgment to someone who is posting information that could clear their name if they were lied on. Many times in life, people, and it's not just me, it's all of us. Many times in life, people, we go through situations where people lie on us. And it's an unfortunate reality of life, people. During your life, if you're young, many people will lie on you. They'll lie on you often. They'll lie on you while they smile in your face and pretend like they love you, people, because that is just the nature of human beings, unfortunately. But lying on someone and doing it in a way to, I would say, hurt or maliciously hinder them, to damage their reputation or something to that effect, um, that is wrong, people. And especially if you are doing something that you are claiming is true and it's proven to be untrue. That is the major point of my conversation to be today, people. Cyberbullying should not be construed with actuals the cyberbullying of people who are malicious. See, posting information online about someone who's lying on you is not being malicious, people. It's clearing your name from the truth. Um, Again, people, the best example I can use in this is myself, people. I broke up with an ex girlfriend of mine who decided to create not one, but two social media accounts to wage a war against me while they literally harassed the hell out of me. Today, what I'm going to do, people, is I'm going to show my audience what this person did to me. Because by showing you, I will clearly be able to share and, I guess, define what cyberbullying is, because I have been a victim of cyberbullying. So, as you see here, people, this is a page called Breaking Up is Not a Crime. It's a therapy page for the loss of a woman, or for the loss of a dog, who a woman who I used to date claims that I gave her for a Christmas gift. Now, this page would be valid because this woman does have the right to express herself through any means she can if the information is valid and if, it's her stuff. She can do whatever she wants. I may not have liked it, but honestly, if this had happened, there's really nothing I could have done to stop it because of the simple fact that, it's her right to express herself. She could be saying some horrible things up here about me, which she did. But the point is, if the information is true, there's really nothing I can do about it. I could try to sue her civilly, but suing her civilly is just going to be a piece of paper. And if she don't got no money, it's not worth suing her. So it's not. But now, people, when you get to the point where you discover, and let's take it there, because that's what we're going to do. When you discover that the entire situation is a lie, da, 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 when the entire situation is a lie, excuse me. Well, there we go. When you discover, I'm sorry, people. Ha, there we go. So now we get to a point where we look at something and we discover that the dog is not lost because of a failed couples counseling. The dog was actually stolen and used as a bargaining chip to get shares of a business that this person did not own in an attempt to hurt the person who no longer wanted to be with them. So now raising the narrative that this all happened because of a failed couples counseling is called a lie. Now, the reason this person is doing this is because they want to convince all the people they know that the person who dumped them is messed up and hurt them. So gave them back something that they gave them for Christmas. But now, people, again, we're going to examine this because there we go. So now we see this is March 4th of that year. So this she claims that she was given that property for Christmas, but here is the receipt for the purchase of the animal. And as you can see, the animal was purchased, I would say, 7 months before Christmas, because this is the 21st. 7 months from here would make it December 21st. So it's 7 months and 4 days. 7 months and 4 days before Christmas, this ex-boyfriend of this woman bought this dog completely without any money from her. She just took a ride with him to get it. So they date for 7 months. They break up in December. She lies and says he gave her the dog. Now law enforcement is trying to let her keep the dog because because of the fact they dated, law enforcement believes that because this woman happened to be attractive, this guy was just being petty. The truth was the guy bought the dog a month before he even started dating the woman and then wanted the dog back 7 months later when they broke up because the dog was his. The woman didn't want to give the dog back. Actually, I'm sorry, people. I didn't share the page. So here we have the receipt right here. Like I said, people, the dog was allegedly bought as a Christmas gift in December. As you can see, this is the receipt. It's bought in May 1st of 2021, 7 months and 4 days before Christmas. Anyone with half a brain knows that a man does not buy a woman a dog 7 months before Christmas. You buy it a week before Christmas, maybe two. Maybe you sneak it in the house Christmas Eve, or maybe you try to hide it in the closet for a couple of days at your brother's house while you're trying to figure out what to do or where to keep the dog quiet so you can surprise your girl with a dog. No man buys a woman a dog 7 months before Christmas, people. That is the sick nature of the lie. But what can you do? When people want to hurt you, they do. So now, people, this woman robs the man for the dog because the truth is she thinks the dog is his and her child. And to prove what I'm saying, people, we're going to go back to one of the slanderous social media accounts, people. So, people, this woman thinks that the dog is the child of her and this man. And if you don't believe me, I'm about to show you. Here we go. Well, today ain't the day, people. I don't know why that's going down. Let's try this again. Love don't live here anymore. Well, people, for some reason, the damn video won't play. I don't know why. No, we're going to try it again. Let's go. Let's just reset it. Maybe that'll do it. I don't know what's up, man. What happened to my connection? Why my connection got so slow? What's going on, people? When you live in the boondocks, this is what you get. You don't get no damn service. I had great service all day till I started doing this, people. I don't know what's going on. Okay, you're churning, you're churning. Clearly, it's online. I have no clue. Let's see if I'm back online. I might be. Okay, people, we're back. I don't know what's going on. It happens every day about 6 o'clock. I just lose everything. So now that we're back, let's get back to business, people. Like I was saying. So basically, I am being cyberbullied, people. I'm going to use my own situation to explain. I'm going to use my own I'm going to use my own situation to explain what's going on. So, what's the legal definition of cyberbullying? I'm glad everybody wants to know. I'm going to show you. So, here is the. This is annoying. Boom. There you go. This is the TikTok account of my stalker, the woman who has been harassing me for months. Now, I've got to show this TikTok account, people, because I need my audience to understand the psychological makeup of this woman, people. Things are real, people. When you deal with someone who is operating at a level this crazy, you kind of got to explain it to people slowly so they see it. Here we are. So, as my audience can see, this is the live cast from my abuser. Now, she said, I guess today's her mother's birthday, whatever. So she's like, today's Nan's birthday. Now, this is a dog, people. This dog is not this woman's grandchild. This dog is the property of me. Let's go back, people. This dog is my dog. It's the property of me. It's not the property of this woman. It's not this woman's grandchild. The dog is mine. The dog is mine. The dog is mine, people. You see, the dog is mine. You see, today is December 21st, people. Look when the dog was bought. The dog was bought 7 months before the mother's birthday. So the girl can't even lie and say the dog is for the mother. The dog was literally bought 7 months before the mother's birthday. Today's the mother's birthday, people. Look, she's saying today's nanny's birthday. Why is she calling this dog here this woman's grandchild? This dog is not that woman's child. And honestly, if she was any type of decent person, she would have stopped all this already. But people aren't decent. Let's go back. So this is the definition of cyberbullying, people. When someone takes the charges that you were cleared of in another state, and here is that dismissal order, people. This girl filed a bunch of false charges on me. Let's go back. This girl filed a bunch of false charges on me. Look at that, people. Order of dismissal. Bam, bam, bam. Francina Evans Clayton, plaintiff. This is her being the plaintiff. This would be defendant from all the false charges she filed on me. As you can see, all of those charges were dismissed in entirety. They were dismissed. They were dismissed the same day she lost that trial, December 1st, 2022, people. So all of her charges were against me were dismissed December 1st, 2022. People, let's share this tab again because I want to make sure my audience understands what exactly is going on, people. I'm going to scroll back down this page for a reason because I need to take you. Now, you saw that was December 1st, 2022, right, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to take you back to show you how long I've been going through this and how much content this woman has put up since she lost that dog. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Okay, that's enemy tag. She's my enemy here. She's my enemy here. This is annoying. Da-da-da-da. Okay, I think it all happened right here. So, people, let's check the date of this one out. You see, this is where she tagged me. 2021. So, people, this is September. This is actually a repost, though. She reposted this. She probably was trying to get my attention. Hold on. I'm trying to find something that looks a little more slanderous at first because this is when she stole the dog. So she used to post a bunch of pictures to try to make me feel stupid. And this was her doing that. So I think right about here is where she lost the dog. So yeah, bang, she lost it right about here. So October 1st, 2022. So look, she's like, Nana misses you every day, blah blah blah. So this is the mother. Her, it's not even her dog, people. It's her and the mother doing this. They'll never get this dog back. This is mine. So people, it's October 1st, 2022. As you see, today is December 21st, 2023. So this is a year ago, people. I've been dealing with this for a year. This is October, people. Look at all the content since October of last year that this girl has created to slam the living hell out of me for losing that order of protection, people. Let's keep going. This is all hate content geared towards me. This entire page is geared towards hate and claiming that I am the abuser that was literally, and I'm going to go back and show everyone, people. She's been claiming I'm the abuser that was cleared of all charges, people. All charges against me were dismissed, people, but she's still claiming to an audience of hundreds of people who are willing to back her that I abused her. People know I did not, people. The charges were dismissed. But let's go back, people, because we're talking about cyberbullying. So, cyberbullying is, again, people, doing things with someone with the intent to harass or damage their life. Now, accusing me of abusing her and taking this dog back because I was mad that we broke up, people, that's a lie and it makes me look bad. It definitely limits and defames my character. But this woman doesn't care about that, people. She only cares about the fact that she has robbed me for the dog. Again, people. So she must be watching me, people. Because for some reason they have managed to block this account again, people. But it doesn't matter. Do you know why? Because I have proof, again, that this woman has another account. And I'm going to show you. Because, people, I'm tired. I need this to stop. I need to find a way to convince this woman and convince the crazy ass people who helping her to leave me alone. So if I can educate young people about cyberbullying by showing them what's going on with me, people, let's rock and roll. Let's go. Okay, da 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 da. This is that account. Doesn't matter. You can block 1,000 accounts. We're going to show people what you're doing, how you've been creating false pages to lie on me. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. We need to expose the truth. Here we go. So this is the TikTok account of the woman who's harassing me. As you can see, people, and that's not even the whole page, people, there is dozens of hate-filled content here. Look at this. All of this is directed towards me being an abusive partner for her, people. And again, people, look at this. All of this entire TikTok page, this page here is all directed towards me allegedly being an abuser and a coercively abusing her. People's fakest domestic violence advocate ever. She was never abused. Well, she's lying. She's doing this for attention because she's a broken, weak, pathetic mama's girl, and that's the truth. And it's sad I can say that about her, people, because at one point I cared a lot about her, but this girl is a piece of shit, and I have to say it. Anybody who could sit back and lie this bad and hate on somebody this bad because you were afraid of your grown mother, you're a pathetic woman and a piece of shit. People, the content I put up is not slanderous. It's the truth. This needs to stop. So again, people, all of those accusations you see from those pictures, and as you see again here, people, look, her charges were completely dismissed. I am no abuser. I never abused her. I never tried to abuse her physically. I never abused her coercively. I never abused her mentally. The truth of the matter is, people, is I was trying to get the hell away from her. That girl and her crazy ass mother and her bipolar grandmother are the Titanic, and I needed to get away from them for my mental peace. At least I thought I did, people, because I didn't think that she was this damn crazy, that she'd be stalking me for 2 years. But people, clearly she is. Because as you can see again, people, this woman has two totally dedicated Facebook accounts to slandering the living shit out of me. Let's go back, people. Two totally dedicated Facebook accounts of her advocating false claims of domestic violence. People, none of this happened. Look how she's manipulated these women to really think that this happened to her because she broke up with me. People, that is a lie. By definition, this entire page should have this woman arrested because everything she's up here advocating for is a lie, people. She was never physically. And the saddest part about it is the women who are dying daily, who deal with the oppression and abuse that abusive men really are putting on them. This cornball little bum chick has nothing better to do she can't even be woman enough to admit she made a mistake, people, and say, you know something, let me do the right thing and back the hell up, and maybe this will go on. No, people, she's coming into new counties with this pig you see over here in the right corner, her friend, her best friend, Melissa Thomas, the woman who I showed you yesterday. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you again now. This is Melissa. This is Melissa. Let's go back. Hold on, audience. Why can we not hear? Oh, I know why. Yeah. So let's go back. Why are you doing that? I hate you. There you go.
People need to be aware of the things that you're experiencing, because if they were aware of these particular things and the energy that you're around when you go into
So,
court.
people, this fat chick is complaining about the energy she's around. She goes into court. People, this woman's been filing false police reports on me for 2 years. How should the energy be? I guess I should be humble and submissive and be glad that I'm happy and be happy that she's there to see me. People, I don't want to see her. Why should I have to be forced to go back to court a year after all of this women's charges were dismissed? Let's go back, people. I'm being forced to court a year after all of this woman's charges dismissed because all of these dismissed accusations she brought to two other police jurisdictions to have me recharged once I won the damn trial. But this pig who calls herself a victim rights advocate and a domestic advocate, people, she's telling
It may make people understand a little bit more why you're going so hard now and why you're fighting so much.
people she's going hard because she's fucking crazy, people. Excuse the language. That's why, people, nothing was ever done to this girl. And for this sick pig to be helping this girl do all of this sick stuff, people, she should actually be arrested herself. Look at this woman, people. She's an embarrassment to fashion. She honestly looks like green shit. I'm gonna be honest with you. This lady's disgusting. I gotta be honest, and I don't even want to sit here and insult her. But this is the level of dislike I have gained for this woman who pretends to be an advocate, who pretends to be a just woman. People, this is the same woman who I showed you yesterday. People, this is her text message. Look, this is the same woman who I showed you yesterday. Look how much of a cornball she is, people. She's so ugly now. She used a fictitious picture of herself from 20 years ago to make people think she's young and pretty. This girl don't look shit like this no more. Excuse my language no more, but she's one of them people. She's a bait and switch girl. She's the girl that's taking the pictures and the angles so you think she's attractive. Then when you see her, you like, oh my God, where the hell did you come from? That's the type of chick this is. No character, completely false. But this is the woman who's telling you Francine is a victim and that you need to listen to her because if more people experience what she goes through when she goes to court, they would understand. People, this woman is telling you that I shouldn't be angry when I go to court because this woman continually files false police reports and lies through her teeth. I guess I should be happy I see this crazy bitch every time I see her and say, damn, baby, I miss you. And I guess because I'm not doing that, Melissa Thomas thinks that I'm a problem and a threat because I'm not happy to see Francina every time I go to a new court case for a new false report she's filed. People, this is the definition of cyberbullying and harassment. And maybe through my experience by showing this woman who posts false pictures to social media so men think she's more attractive, maybe if I post a conversation, we're up into the point where we get literally I believe it was here. 39 times I told this woman yesterday, and I counted it for people. People, I'm going to go through it and count it for you again because, yo, it has to be known how pathetic that these women are doing this. Okay, stop encouraging her, help her harass the hell out of me, da 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 da, supporting a liar, blah, 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 blah. Go the hell away. That's one. So, people, we got one there. I want her to stop. Two, stay away. Three, pursuing me, da 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 da, da 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 da. Four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. People, this is crazy. People, 31 times in the only conversation. People, this is the only conversation that I have ever had with this woman. This is the only conversation that me and this woman have ever had about Francina Evans. But people, look at the intent in the social media war this girl has on me. Look at this account, people. Look at all of the texts. Look at all of the posts directed towards me, calling me a liar, calling me her abuser, calling me her offender. People, I was cleared of all those charges. Here it is right here. People, all of those abuse charges, all of those accusations I was cleared of. People, why is this woman still going online, still accusing me of all of the stuff that I cleared a year ago, people? Why is that? Why is this psycho chick?
Okay, I'll tell you her
Why did she
name.
post her
It's
mother
uh, it's something
in this
like a name
account
you might
today?
hear
Manny,
on
it's your birthday. People,
M-
this is sick. This girl has a serious mental problem, and it surprises me that they have not put her in for a psych evaluation, people. She is nuts. Now, people, that's one account. So, people, again, we're going to look at the Instagram account now because I think the Instagram account is something too, people. Oh, wait a minute. Is this one? Oh, yeah, we forgot this one. So, people, this is another one. This is definitely cyberbullying. So, people, this is me. This is what she did to one of my videos. And I'm actually going to play that video for the audience here. I don't really want to download it. Come on, you going to make me download it seriously? I don't really want to play this video. See, she removed the video, people, because she knew. Well, actually, she removed the video, people, because that video is the reason that her criminal case got dropped, people. Remember, she was telling people that I was cyberbullying her, people. But if I'm cyberbullying you, if I'm harassing you, why are you posting things like this with my face to Instagram and TikTok, people? This was me she posted with a clown head over me. I'm a clown, people. I'm a clown because she robbed me. Let's go back. I'm a clown. Clayton's a clown, people, because she robbed me. I'm a clown because she robbed me. People, it's right here. For anyone who wants to see it, people, I'm a clown because she robbed me. I'm a clown because she was offering me money for the dog that was allegedly hers, people. I'm a clown. I'm a clown because she wanted to give me money. Look, how much you want for Shorty? How much you want for Shorty, people? I'm a clown because she wanted my dog because I wanted to leave her, people. But I'm a clown, people. I'm a clown because this girl lied through her teeth multiple times. You can have her as early as Tuesday. People, it was her dog. Why was she playing games with me to give me the dog back, people? Why was she lying, telling me that she wanted me to sell her the dog, people? And then ultimately what she did was tell me to surrender the business for the dog. And because I wouldn't surrender the business, she said the conversation was done. People, this is a lie. This woman is a pathological liar. Somebody has to stop her, and maybe that's me, people. Maybe that's the mission, to stop this girl in her lies. So let's keep going. Let's go some more, people. This is lying Melissa, people. This is sick, people. She's gonna keep doing this shit. She's gonna keep coming after me, people. She's gonna keep coming, people. This is never gonna end. I kind of see that, people. This is never going to end, people. What's the definition of harassment, people? Here you go, right here to use. Here we go, right here. Where's she at? Because she's one of these statues herself. To accuse some person or a crime or cause fault or cause criminal charges to be instituted, people. She had me falsely arrested for winning an order of protection. PR da 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 da. It's called a strike. That she didn't do that. To testify or provide false information, people. She did that. To perform an act which would not institute, which would not in itself materially benefit the actor. People, she did this. People, she did 9. She did 7. People, she did 4. People, she did 4. 7 and 9, people. 3 of the statutes of second-degree harassment, people. People, by definition, when someone does something like this to you, actually, I didn't even show you. So here we go, people. The harassment statutes. By accusation 4, you see, to accuse someone of a crime or criminal charges, people, she did that. If we go to accusation 7, to testify or provide false information or withhold testimony. People, she testified and provided false information in that family court transcript that I showed you where she denied filing the order of protection. People, this girl is harassing the shit out of me, and Staten Island will not stop her. So by definition, me being up here able to explain cyber harassment using actual documentation to show what's going on, people, look, here is a dismissal order for all the accusations of abuse that were lodged against me, people. But as you can see, actually, here's the dismissal order. Here's the dismissal order, people. All the charges against me were dismissed. Here it is, people. But as you can see again, people, even though all of these charges against me was dismissed, this girl created an entire Instagram account where she could continue the narrative that I abused her. But people, the worst part about all of this, and I would say this is truly the part about this people has become the saddest. The worst part about this, people, is how this woman continues to lie, and the simple fact of the matter is, we're going to get to it right now, ladies and gentlemen. This woman continues to lie and say she was abused, people. The lie is continuing. She was abused. I abused her. I abused her. Oh my God, she was abused, people. I was so mean to her. I physically abused her. People, I think it's time that we actually deal with what's going on here, people. And that's the truth. Let's deal with the truth. Let's stop the BS and let's expose the lie, people.
Phone all night? No. I stay on the phone because I love you and I don't want you. So did you bother to tell?
Oh, come on. Don't.
Making anything. And then she calls my grandmother after she doesn't get my
But people, again, let's get back here because I want to put this in sync with everything else. Now, look, all charges were dismissed against me again. All charges dismissed, people. So cyberbullying, by its very nature, would be which defines because all charges were me dismissed. So why is she still lying, telling people that she was abused, people? And again, the word about all of this with this woman creating this account and posting 90 different posts to this Instagram account accusing me of beating her. The worst part of it is what I'm going to play for you now, ladies and gentlemen. Listen. Listen to Betrayal. Look at Betrayal's true face. Look at what this woman is really about, this sick, pathological liar. Listen.
attention, and then my grandmother called you. So there was no stopping that. I didn't know my grandmother.
So let me ask you a question, because your grandmother said your mother already filed this thing. Did your mother file a police report on me?
No.
Your grandmother said that your mother filed a police report on me and used my address because she gave her my address, and she said that I should be careful. Your grandmother said that. So if your mother did that, one, we got to make clear.
She didn't do that.
Hold on. We got to make something clear. Am I harassing you?
No.
Okay. Have I threatened to hurt you or beat you up in any way?
No, clear.
Have I made an attempt to come to your house in any way?
No, clear.
Okay. So what reason does your mother have to go?
People, I wish I had never cut her off on what she was saying, because what she was about to say, and if anything, my mother's harassing you. People, she knew her mother was harassing me, people, but she's so embarrassed. She's so much of a weak, lying child. What she's going to do is keep pushing the narrative that she was abused because she's so much of a weak, lying little child that she doesn't have the maturity to admit she could not control her mother from getting into her relationship. People, who deserves this? This is not cyberbullying. To create a whole account and a whole narrative accusing a man of something he never did because you're mad he broke up with you because your mother was harassing the living shit out of him. People, look at all these messages. People, this is sick. This is sick. Look at this, people. Look at how much content this woman has created to try to convince people that I beat her. Mind you, people, let's go back because this is sick. Look at all the content she created, people. She created 90, at least 90 posts there. But people, let's go.
Making anything. And then she calls my grandmother after she doesn't get my attention. And then my grandmother called you. So there was no stopping that. Making anything. And then she called. I
Gotta
know
be honest with you.
you're not going to put anything past anybody.
Nah, that is some bullshit. I gotta be honest.
Making anything. And then she calls my grandmother after she doesn't get my attention. And then my grandmother calls. Making anything. And then she calls my grandmother after she doesn't get my attention. And then my grandmother called you. So there was no stopping that. I didn't know my grandmother.
So let me ask you a question, because your grandmother said your mother already filed this thing. Did your mother file a police report on me?
No.
Your grandmother said that your mother filed a police report on.
You see how she lies? No, people. What are you talking about? This girl is a pathological liar, people. This is sad, people. Anyone who stands next to this girl, you deserve the embarrassment that's coming. This girl is a goddamn liar, people. Let's keep
Me and used my address because she gave her my address, and she said that I should be careful. Your grandmother said that. So if your mother did that, one, we got to make clear.
She didn't do that.
Hold on. We got to make something clear. Am I harassing you?
No.
Okay. Have I threatened to hurt you or beat you up in any way?
No, clear.
Have I made an attempt to come to your house in any way?
No, clear.
Okay. So what reason does your mother have?
people. When is this going to stop? People, by definition, that woman stating what she just stated on the record. Look at this page, people. Look at this page. People, look at her telling everybody she got abused. People, how the hell did that girl got abused with a recording like that, admitting, crying that I never did anything to her? People, let's go again. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. 27, 30, 33, 36, 39, 42, 45, 48, 51, 54, 57, 60, 63, 66, 69. People, come on, people. 72, 75, 78. Come on, people. 78, people. 78, 81. Come on, people. 81, 84. Come on, people. 84 text message. 84 text message, people. Come on, people. That we're not even done. 87, 90, people. 90. Look at this, people. Oh my God, we still going, people. 93, 96. People, look how many, look, repossessed. You see that word down there, people? That's 99, people. People, oh my God, more text, people. That's 100 and fucking 2. 102 posts to social media about me allegedly abusing her. People, not even done. Oh my God, people, I never even counted all this much. Look at this, people. 105, 108. People, this is sad. 111. 111. Look, I miss hugging. So that's 111. That's after I got the dog back. Let's keep going, people. Let's keep. This is not going to stop. This is her mother and grandmother and family court. So this is 111. This is 114. This is 117. This is 120. People, goddamn, people, and this girl ain't crazy. Staten Island, what's wrong with you, people? I made this video to educate kids, and I hope kids are watching this. People, if somebody is doing something like this to you, people, I just counted over 120 text posts, 120 social media posts, people. I just counted for a woman who's saying that breaking up is not a crime, that this is a therapy page because her dog was illegally repossessed due to a failed couples counseling, people. That is this woman's narrative and the reason for over 120 negative texts against me. But people, the truth of the matter is, people, that's not why she lost the dog. People, she really lost the dog. Let's go back. Oh my God, people, this is sick. This is sick. I didn't even realize it was 120 of them there. So people, this is why the dog is gone. People, the dog was never hers. The dog was mine. She tried to make me sign over the company for the dog. When I refused, she tried to keep the dog and start lying, telling people that I gave her this dog for Christmas. Now, people, I don't know who's actually dealing with this woman in a professional standing, because from what I'm hearing, she's still going to these events in Staten Island, and these corny niggas is still trying to play with Shorty like, you know, she's credible and she's righteous. People, she's not. Any woman who would do something like this, children, anyone watching this over under the age of 18, anyone who would do something to you like this, anyone who would create 120 text message that are completely lies against you and accusing you you were cleared of after a trial, people, that is by definition what cyber harassment is, people. When someone can do something to this sick, people, this is cyber harassment. And people, that was only one account, people. Let's go back. People, this is the order of protection that was issued against that woman again, December 1st of 2022. So I have a final restraining order which came after trial. Right here on the order, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to blow it up a little bit. Final restraining order was issued after the defendant was provided with notice and the opportunity to be heard to be given faith. So, people, that means that after a trial and after this person was allowed to defend themselves, that the order was granted in favor of the plaintiff because they were determined to not be credible. Now, I wish I could show you the transcript because the transcript would show you straight up what actually happened, but we're not going to go there. Ladies and gentlemen, this is by definition what cyber harassment is. When someone can do something like this to you, she puts a clown over my face. People, the only clown here is her, people. She's a clown, and that woman who sorry excuse for a woman, they are jokes, people. What woman does something like this? People, she's an embarrassment to everybody who knows her. Look at what you're doing. You sitting here lying, telling people that you're being harassed, when the truth is that you're harassing the hell out of the guy, and the guy can prove it. Me going to social media and posting the truth of that is not harassing people. That is vindication. And as my right as the victim of this crime to confront my accuser and do what is best in my ability to stop them. Because people, it's at a point where I see I have to stop the person against me. People, look at this. People, we're back here in this account. People, that the TikTok account had more accounts than, and that's the truth. The TikTok account had more posts than this. But I just had 120 different text messages, different posts. I keep saying text messages, forgive me. I just counted out over 120 different posts that are lodged against me to accuse me of domestic violence when everyone, again, people, I was cleared of that. I was cleared of that, people. And again, man, I'll even go back to another thing, people. This is the New Jersey charge. Remember, people, all of the New Jersey charges were dismissed. Now, people, we're going to do something else here. We're going to take you here. Actually, not here. We're going to take you here. I want to show you this dismissal order. And while we're doing that, we're going to go. There we go. Bear with me, brothers and sisters. Now, people, again, that order was dismissed. As everyone can see, that order was dismissed December 1st. Now, people, I'm going to bring you back. I'm going to bring you with me to November 17th. And November 17th, we have this here again. Okay. So November 17th, people. Now, actually, let's go back again. So remember, people, these charges were dismissed entirely. That's December 1st. People, November 17th, let's go here. She completely denies the petition. And for anyone who can't see this, I'm going to blow it up for you. People, right here. Is that the petition that you provided? Hold on. Let's go. Is that the petition you provided for the Family Justice Center to submit to the court? Yes or no? No. That is not the petition. No. So, people, she denied the petition that New York has. The New Jersey petition was dismissed. So, people, again, if she's denying the New York petition, let's go back. If she's denying she filed this New York petition, and if the New Jersey order has been dismissed, then, people, how the hell have I been coercively abusing her? People, how is this still going on? How is it coercive control? People, how is it coercive abuse? This girl is a sick, demented, and people like her need to be exposed. The people in power who have helped her need to be punished for what they have done. Because maybe if they're exposed for the horrible error they made in helping this girl, it'll help other victims in that area in the future. Look at this woman standing with people pretending to be an advocate for domestic violence. People, look at when this.
Domestic violence is a spectrum of brutality.
This is November 8th. These people allowed this girl to speak. Now, people, all of these people in her church were pastor people. They know that the charges against her were dismissed, people. But this strong it is when people choose to be bigots and hate somebody, people, that they don't even care that the charges have been dismissed, so have put their reputations on the line for this sick, demented liar who is out here speaking
The
Back
alternative
was a
of the
person.
spectrum is
they
physical
can,
violence.
people. How is she the victim of domestic violence, people, when she denies the very petition? When she denies the petition that the court took that has had me arrested multiple times? People, how is she a victim of domestic violence? People, how is she a victim of domestic violence when the last case she filed for Jersey was completely dismissed? How is this girl a victim of domestic violence? She's an embarrassment to the purple, people. She's a disgrace to the purple people. Women of domestic violence, you should run up on this girl and rip that damn hoodie off of her. Those women who are getting their behinds beat, women who are hiding, women who are dealing with the injustice and persecution of men who want to kill them, women who are truly suffering. This cornball little girl, this lion woman right here, is totally violating the domestic violence process for sitting here pretending to be a victim. People, let's listen to this.
Sexual assault and battery. There is a huge misconception that death is exclusive in instances where these crimes occur.
People, she's talking about her being
However, on the opposite ends of the spectrum lies psychological, emotional, and litigation abuse.
litigation.
These forms of abuse can also lead to death.
Litigation abuse, people. Litigation abuse. She's claiming she's receiving litigation abuse, people. This is a sick situation, people. Now, I'm going to do this again because, again, people, she's claiming that she's the one who is receiving litigation abuse. So maybe if I can walk you all through this again, this is going to kind of help you. And this is going to help everybody see what's actually going on here with this chick because this needs to stop, people. So litigation abuse is when you file continual false charges against someone that keeps bringing them back into court for litigation. That's what the definition of litigation is. You filing false police reports, you filing false family court orders, doing things like that of that nature. Excuse me. I need to find something for you, my friend. Hold on. That's not it. Nope. I need to find something for you, my friend. That's it? Excuse me. Hold on, people. Let's go here. Fuck you. Excuse me. I don't know what's up with my connection tonight, people, but you should be better prepared. I should have had this one up, but I don't. For some reason, my connection ain't feeling it today. It don't want to do it, people. But again, I showed it in my last video, so I'm not even going to rehash. I'm not. That's actually a waste of my time. So, ladies and gentlemen, everyone saw in the last broadcast basically what happened to me. Um, all of the complaints that were filed in the 120 precinct was again, dismissed. I've been dealing with this for a year, people, just really trying to get enough space to get away from this, and eventually I will. But I think I'm actually trying to find that police report because that litigation abuse, that kind of got me, people. Litigation abuse is a lie. People, I've been in court since 4 days after I won that order of protection against this lying, pathetic excuse for a monster. This girl is a monster, people. Honestly, she's not even worth any more of the broadcast because I think I've made my point about coercive abuse and coercive control. So I'm going to wrap this up, people. Thank you. So here we go. We stop sharing. Ladies and gentlemen, this situation has been one that has empowered me to do a lot, people, because I see things for what they really are. Domestic violence is not a singular act. It's not an act that's particular to just women, people. Men do suffer through acts of domestic violence. We are victims, people. We are harassed. We are stalked. We are put through what's called financial and social wars to destroy our characters and our bank accounts, people. People, litigation abuse is when you continue to utilize the law enforcement system, the court system, to get revenge on your ex. Now, people, if I have been to court this year 3 or 4 times, all for complaints this woman has filed. And people, the only time she's dealt with law enforcement is when I have filed complaints for things she's actually done, like lying and having me falsely arrested, like trying to have a fake lawyer call me pretending to be my lawyer so her case could be dropped, like calling me 2 o'clock in the morning, people. All of which things I can prove. People, I can prove. People, the lawyer admits it in the text message. Francina gave her the text message. People, I have not lied on this woman in any capacity. And the mere fact that cybercrime and cyberbullying is being ignored within the law enforcement community of Staten Island, imagine what your children are going through. But honestly, maybe your children won't go through that. At least your Caucasian children won't go through that because the cops will take that serious on Staten Island. They never take when a minority male is a victim serious on Staten Island unless it involves some type of physical violence. But they think we are. They're animals. See, people, if I was up here her all types of BICTHs and I was going all crazy and I was looking angry like before, people, that's what they want. But when I come up here and I give you a positive message, when I show you the truth, which is the fact that this girl is lying through her teeth, people, I've showed you two separate social media accounts that this girl has completely dedicated to slandering the hell out of me. People, why is she still telling people she's abused when those charges were dropped? People, the New York Order of Protection, all the physical acts of domestic violence, people, she claims didn't happen, people. People, how do I coercively abuse her? She's saying that I used the dog as a pawn to control her. People, you read the text message. People, the dog was mine. People, I'm using the dog to control her. But she's telling me to surrender the company for the dog. I use the dog to control her and keep her in a relationship. But ladies and gentlemen, in text message, she tells me to surrender the company for the dog. People, you have to be sick. People, what is wrong with you? On people of Staten Island, because other people out of Staten Island see the truth, and I thank God for them. But people of Staten Island, what is wrong with you? How is this girl a victim of coercive abuse if there are text messages where she's admitting that she was to force me to sign over a legal business in the second degree? She tried to compel me to do something I didn't want to do, which I legally had the right to say no to. Why is law enforcement in Staten Island ignoring my cyberbullying, the act of coercion that was committed against me, people? I can tell you why. Because the color of my skin to them is a no-win, people. But that's what they wrong about, people. See, black is beautiful, and I'm proud of my dark skin. I'm gonna keep fighting because I don't care how the devil who chooses to sit in the DA seat falsely portrays me. People, I did not harass Francina Evans. People, the reason Staten Island will not arrest an offender is because the district attorney in Safe Horizon backed her. They backed her as the victim. They put her in position to be the victim. They minimized my voice. They tried to bury my voice and silence my right as the victim to be helped, people, to protect a liar who, now that she's been exposed, everybody's scrambling for their reputation, so they continue to violate the true victim and not help me. The executive members of Safe Horizon are the ones who put Francina Evans on that podium at the district attorney's event. The sad part is, people, is that I showed you yesterday, I have proof from Safe Horizon that I contacted them months before she ever spoke. People, Safe Horizon knew Francina was the defendant, but they didn't care, people. She was a much better victim. So Safe Horizon, a charitable organization that is supposed to protect domestic violence victims, violated my rights and put my offender up to further harass and slander me. People, I've been calling Safe Horizon for months. I keep digital logs. People, Safe Horizon will not call me back. People, Safe Horizon is doing everything in their power to just hope I go away because they know they violated my rights, people. And I thank God that there are lawyers watching this now, because at least if law enforcement comes for me, we can prove it's a malicious prosecution by the fact that they would not do anything about Francina. So if you try to come do something to me now simply because you don't want to arrest my offender, people, it's going to get worse. The only thing I want is my peace. I want the right to be left alone. I want the right to one day just be able to sit back and be happy, people. I deserve to date. I deserve a life, people. I don't even date because every time I try to date a woman, people, I get mixed up in more stuff with her. More orders of protection come, more violations come. There's a new charge in a new county. How is that fair to any woman I date? That's not fair to a woman to go to a woman. Oh, what you got to do today, babe? Oh, shit, baby. I got to go to court with my ex. Damn, nigga, again? People, this is what I'm going through. I can't even move on and be happy in my life because this girl is so miserable. She won't go about her life. But we're going to get to it, people. A greater day is going to come. I kind of see that. On behalf of Operation Rock, I hope the information I gave you with regard to penal law, what coercion is, what cyberbullying is, and examples of them, they were extreme examples. They were examples posted by myself that depict a psychopath, but I do think and I do feel that they definitely prove my point. That if someone can create 120 posts against you for something you did not do to make you appear to be something you are not, that is cyberbullying, people. And as I showed you in this broadcast, I counted out over 120 texts that a woman who was completely proven to be a liar, who completely denies the order of protection that she has been accusing me of and had me falsely arrested for months. And people, she's created 120 pieces of content to call me an abuser. People, her best friend is traveling over state lines to lie to court officials and say I'm abusing her because I refuse to give back a dog that was mine, people. People, when is this going to stop? When is coercion going to be taken serious in New York State? When are offenders like this woman who is harassing me going to be arrested? If you have children out there, the best thing you can do is begin to lobby for cyberbullying laws in the state of New York because cyberbullying is real. The state of New Jersey is such a pioneer. Let's take a page out of their book, New York. Let's be an example. Let's lobby with local politicians. Let's lobby with local lawmakers and seriously put some effort in getting stronger cyberbullying laws enacted in New York State because cyberbullying is real. No one deserves to go through what I'm going through. No one deserves to have their identity, their life, their family, and everything they're doing completely turned around because a psychopath won't leave them alone, people. No one deserves this. Help me be better, people. It wasn't me. I didn't do it, people. There is a bunch of proof I didn't do it, people. It wasn't me. And as the legal court ordered victim of this domestic dispute, people, I deserve the right to be left alone. So I'm going to continue to educate people. I'm going to continue to speak, and I'm going to continue to push the story, which is the truth. That these people have done everything in their power to not be disgraced by the liar that they backed that has been exposed, people. People, they shouldn't be angry or scared that she lied, people. They should prosecute her and clear themselves because honestly, they could easily prosecute her and prove they knew nothing about what she was doing. The fact that they won't prosecute her makes them look complicit, and that's why they have a problem. Ladies and gentlemen, this evening, I would like to tell you let go and let God, people, but you can only let go and let God, people, when your enemies want to let go also. And some of you may think that's not the truth, people, but believe me, if you try to stop engaging with someone who is trying to kill you, you're going to die. Because eventually, the first time you turn your back to walk away from that conflict, they're going to run up behind you and bust you in the head with a bat and kill you. That's what people who are determined to hurt you will do. No amount of peace talk, no amount of maturity that you can experience will stop the objective that they have to destroy you. People, I think in 2 years, that has been more than proven by how long this woman has been after me. People, she's posted 120 posts to Instagram accusing me of abusing her. And I definitively showed this audience that both of the order of protections filed, one is dismissed, one has been denied. People, she denies the entire position. So when did I ever abuse her? How is she wearing the purple, people? How does she call herself a victim of coercive abuse and domestic violence when she's denying the petitions that had her offender arrested? When one of the petitions has already been dismissed, people, how is this happening on Staten Island? I tell you why, people, because bigotry on Staten Island is huge. Racism on Staten Island, although silent, is just as big as it's always been. And together, maybe we can do something with some activism and standing together and telling the truth. Stop women like Francina Evans. This girl is a disgrace to her community and an embarrassment to domestic violence advocates. People, women suffer daily and go through trauma that Francina Evans has never experienced. To abuse police, to abuse advocates, to waste resources that women truly need those resources should be using. People, this girl should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, people. And that's the mission of charities like myself with Operation Rock, to prosecute people like Francina Evans who abuse domestic violence law and who abuse the court system overall, people, to benefit themselves. Help me stop injustice. Help me stop the tyranny and the sheer evil that comes from Francina Evans. People, everything that glisten ain't gold, people. That was a lesson my late great mother, who's over my shoulder, always said to me, Clayton, it don't matter how shiny something is, baby. It might be fake. I was 14 one time, people, and she took me to Newark to buy school clothes. I was coming off, I think it was oh God, what's that huge street? It might be Broad Street in Newark. And this guy ran up on me and my friend and was like, yo, man, I got the Jesus piece in the chain, people. And we bought these chains for $100. People, I went to school with this chain on. I think it was my first day of junior year. And in a week, that shit started turning brown. I never bought jewelry off the street again. It was a valuable lesson, people. And it taught me in my maturity what my mother had told me my entire life, which is, people, everything that glisten ain't gold. Just because Francina seems like a goody two-shoe church girl don't mean she's really a good goody two-shoe church girl. People, she's a damaged, broken, pathetic young woman, people. She's a pathological liar who's too weak to admit the truth, who doesn't have enough integrity to simply admit that maybe she did something wrong and try to find some method of peace, people. No, she's a pathological liar who has garnered resources and developed an army of people who can continue to come after me, people. But unfortunately for the stupid people who have helped her, they don't realize that she's fighting a soldier. I'm never going to give up. I'm going to prove this woman's a liar, and I'm going to get my peace and get her to leave me alone. And I'm going to do that positively, people. I'm not going to let her or any of the lame people she has provoke me in a position where I try to hurt them. That's not going to happen because, see, that's what they want. They want me to wild out and beat up some guy she bring to court. Melissa wants me to smack the shit out of her. That's why she's jumping in my face as a fat 200-pound woman. People, even though she's fat, I'm 220 pounds. I got a 300-pound bench. Why would Melissa be trying to jump in my face, people? Is she stupid? No, people. She wants me to slap the shit out of her so now she can say, oh, he hit me, and they can set me up. People, when this girl has the power to bring people over to harass, intimidate, or annoy me, people, that's harassment by definition. And people, she's going to be stopped. It's okay. So we'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're probably going to talk about, actually, tomorrow's topic will be a surprise because I actually have a guest tomorrow, so I'm not going to talk about it. But people, will be back tomorrow. And we'll be back a lot more frequently until we prove and definitively show A, that Staten Island needs serious reform, people. And B, that this chick wakes up and stops harassing the hell out of me and goes on with her life. People, she can move on. People, I pray that she moves on. God, I do. I never want to see this woman again, people. And I believe that that is coming soon enough, people. She's going to leave me alone. I'm quite confident of that, people. Doesn't matter how many people want to sit back and pretend like what's happening is not happening. People, she's losing on all fronts. Everyone knows she's a liar, people. There's nothing that's going to turn this situation around short of her. Let me not even say that because she's crazy enough to try it. There's nothing that's going to turn this situation around, people. People, we need better. We need better advocates. We need better politicians. We need better people in our communities who are going to be and do what they stand for, people. Not pretend to be things they're not. We need people who are actually going to be the people we need in our communities. That's all I can say, people. I'm not going to say any names. We know the people we need to get rid of. We need to get rid of people in our communities, people. Let's do that. On behalf of Operation Rock, on behalf of the message, on behalf of the education, on behalf of the empowerment of the true victims, I'm here. My name is Clayton, and hopefully some of the things that I have put before my audience about cyberbullying and cyber harassment with the recent examples I've used, although personal, is enough to educate people so you know when somebody is doing something like what's had been done to me. People, as you see, it's been definitively done. None of that's been fake. You actually saw my offender block the account while we were online, people, because she doesn't want me to show the audience all the text, all the posts up there for what she did to me, people. She wants people not to know that she's been using those accounts to slander me. And people, again, it's been dismissed. People, why is she still accusing me of abuse that's been dismissed? I can tell you why, people. Because as long as people like that pig Melissa keeps helping her out, people, she's going to keep going until she receives a real consequence. This is going to keep going, people. Hands down, she's not going to stop until she gets a real consequence. So what else can I do but help her? I have to help law enforcement stop this woman. And that's all I'm trying to do. So on behalf of Operation Rock, on behalf of Clayton Howard, who is myself and my story, I'm here with another live cast about the harassment of Francina Evans, and hopefully I've been able to educate some people about cyberbullying and coercion. Thank you for listening, people. Love yourself, love God, continue to love your neighbor. Things will get better. It's always darkest before the dawn, as they say. So let's be positive. Thank you for listening. Have a great night.